All right, my friends. G'day. Welcome. So, how are we all doing, guys? Good morning, good afternoon, as always. Very good evening. Hope you're all doing well. Welcome to another London session. See what we've got moving forward, as always, on both gold and GJ. Hope you've had a good start to the week. Sorry, just adjust this camera a little bit. Obviously yesterday, took one trade on stream for a win. Took a trade during the Asian session as well today for a 10 pip W on gold. Can explain that shortly, but in the meantime, let's go over the analysis on GJ to begin. So as per the usual, guys, we'll do the analysis on GJ and gold. If anyone has questions, feel free to send those in. Let's quickly look at the news, see what we've got on the agenda, if there is anything today that we should be wary of. Not so much over the London session. There isn't really much going on, but obviously moving forward into my session, you got core retail sales to come, so that will obviously be a big one for the US dollar and for gold. And that is to come 30 minutes into MY. I will likely be on a call with members, so see what plays out after that. So in the meantime, guys, smash the like button and I will get underway with the analysis moving forward. GJ making a little bit of a move just now. Got some resistance here to the left, so I'm not fast if I'm not in this current move. It's all good. See what we can come up with moving forward for the remainder of the stream. So looking at GJ, once again, based off that previous weekly candle, that to me is a weak bearish candle. Current candle is respected a low of the previous, so we're just stuck within that 4-hour range that I marked in from yesterday. We are technically bullish in structure. Obviously pulling back a little bit deeper. We've rejected the open of that previous candle, which is quite interesting to me, because that is a potential level that I would anticipate we could have pulled back to before we trigger in some liquidity to the downside and potentially begin to head back down in line with that previous weekly candle. However, what we can see on the daily time frame is, yet again, we've got another doji candle. So what that suggests to me, the structure first of all is bullish. These doji candles represent potential reversal or potential continuation. So seeing we've broken the high of that previous daily candle, in my opinion, at this point, there'd be a higher probability that price will continue to the upside. So we're going to mark in the current daily candles high. We're going to see what we've got above that level. We'll also mark in a low. We just want to see what we've got below it. It doesn't look like we're going to have much, because these wicks, 3 times we've left long wicks to the downside. So by looking at that, price action suggests to me there's a good chance we will begin to head back up onto the 4-hour. And structure wise, we still remain bearish. So that big drop from last Thursday, we are now forming a bit of a resistance potentially, but we've still got to wait 4 hours for that. 2 hours 20 minutes to confirm that. What we have is resistance from which I drew in at the beginning of the week. So that is still a potential level price could tap into. As for support, exact same level as yesterday. I'm just going to mark that in. We'll add some levels on the 30 as well. We've got, all right, so this is the 30, and we can see that's also technically bearish in structure. We've just broken, well, earlier in Asian session we broke out of the resistance. We're just retesting it now. So I'm just going to mark that in, because this is the first time we've retested it. So I want to see if it's going to act as support, or if we're going to actually start to pop below it. So if we do start to pop below it, at that point there's a high probability we will continue further to the downside. Just going to mark in some more levels here to the downside. So that is the current daily candles low, and going to consider these all strong levels, 4-hour levels. So that's pretty much my zones. I'm going to mark in the zone to the upside. I'm gonna just adjust this like so, similar to what I had yesterday, and another zone just here. This is one whole 4-hour level, so they're my zones on GJ. What I'm going to be looking for now is, so the bias is still technically bearish, but seeing we have the counter probabilities on our sides to the upside on the daily time frame. What I want to see is, I'm a bit rushed, guys. I've just got in, so I'm not jumping into a trade without doing proper analysis. So what I can see is we're tapping into this resistance here to the left. This to me becomes a potential point of entry for a buy. If we do begin to flip back bullish, form a support, So for instance, if in the next 15 minutes we close back a bullish engulfing candle, the following candle closing the M30 back bullish above this previous level of resistance, which we have just pulled back towards retest, then I would potentially look for my buy option from above that level to take it back up towards the current daily candles high, using the daily candle probabilities as my confluence, albeit against the bias and also the 30-minute structure. Now, on the flip side to that, so further buyers would consider the buys above the highs so long as I have enough margin. So it's going to be touch and go with whether I do have the margin to look for the buy above the high, but I will mark it in. It's something I would consider. The buys above the current daily candles high. And now further options for the sales guys. So what I want to see is right now, trade a decent move from the high current daily candles high, or a decent rejection. If we bounce off now and then begin to close below that previous 4-hour resistance to the left hand side, so close below this level, I'll just mark it in at 205,350 roughly, and begin to pull away from it. At that point there, I would also look for my sell option. So might need to see a little bit of exhaustion. We do begin to close below, or if nothing else, at least that London open price pull back, tap back into that zone, reject it, and then begin to pull away from it. And that could be a potential option to sell it back down towards the support here at 205,950. So that is pretty much it. What I'll be looking at in GJ for today for London session. Hopefully that does make sense. If it does, make sure to hit that like button and we can have a look at the gold. Hopefully guys, if you are in trades, hopefully you've secured some profits. I mean, GJ's making a decent move. So today during the Asian session, I took a buy just here, and it resulted in a 10 pip win. Price came back to entry within the actual candle itself, stopped me out and then made a nice move and then come back again. But trade the plan, sent the analysis into the VIP this morning, my time, and just execute accordingly. So that's all we can do. Good start to the week and fantastic July it's been. So on to gold, looking at the weekly, and once again what we can see is strong bullish candle, be high low to the previous. Now also, what did I say yesterday? That previous daily candle was a weak candle with long wick to the downside. If we were to begin to pop above it, there's a high probability we would continue to the upside. We've closed above it, engulfing. Yes, it's at a resistance. Next stop is all-time highs, which to me is a very realistic target, especially if the news to come later into my session. And with the way the price is trending, it is moving again to the upside. It's obviously very bullish across the board. I reckon there is a good chance that at some point throughout this week, if not even today, we could eventually come up to create an all-time high, another all-time high. So daily bullish candle probabilities to the upside, begin to break above the previous daily candle, then there's a good chance we'll come up to retest the all-time high. On to the 4-hour. That is also bullish. Now, one good thing about this, we'll flip the structure not too far below the current level. So below 2400 flat lines up with psychological round number. Technically, we'll begin to flip structure below that point there. We do have some more support to the left, but I just want to see that we flip the structure. I want confirmation of that happening. Then I'll start to draw in that support to the left and then look for options below that level. Now, as far as resistance, obviously up near these all-time highs yet again. Gonna have to mark in that level there. Lines up with the tap in highs a little bit higher up, I think. But what we can see is we're bullish, counter probabilities to the upside. Good chance we can come up to 24.39, by the looks of it 24.40 on to the 30-minute, and that is also bullish in structure. Just gonna adjust this across for the time being. Now, do we have any clean traffic to the left hand side above that level of 30? Yeah, we do. So I'm just gonna mark in horizontal and just see what does that look like. All right, so above yesterday's high, we do have probably enough margin to look for options above that point there as well. So I'll be marking that in as a potential buy above. Now I'm going to mark in that resistance as well though. All right, So it's kind of a slow trickle now up to the highs. It's going to be difficult buying it, I feel, just now. If you were in a buy, you probably should have been in on the break of that bearish candle's high, to be honest. So what I'm going to be likely doing is looking for pullbacks on gold to roughly that 245, 425, 26 sort of level. Look for price to form a support above that level. It's the most recent support formed on the move to the upside. And if we do so, I'd be looking for a potential buy to take it back up towards the current daily candles high. What I'd like to see though is a nice move down just now, not chop about, consolidate, because that's just going to make it render this area quite, in my opinion, untradeable. If there's choppy data to the left, you really need for it to open up again by making some clean moves. Now, today I wouldn't be opposed to counter trend entries. So the confluence for this sells, guys. So buys above the high as well. Just let me add that in. What I'd be looking for in regards to the sells is, so current daily, the lowest point is basically this support. Now, before it though, we've got the most recent support. So within the current daily, we've recently created a high, higher low, higher high. We've got to continue bullish and retest this most recent support. I mean, there's no need to really pop below or close below it. So if we do so, what we can see is clean traffic to the left hand side. There's a high probability at that point there, price will come back down towards 2421. So in that manner, I will consider sells below. And also if we begin to break the current daily candles low, close below it at that point there as well, below that support, I would also consider my sell options. And that is pretty much it on gold. In the middle right now, not interested, but would consider the sells from the highs as well, guys. If we do reject, I'll be looking for my catalyst and price action as well. So just trading a range basically on gold, and that is it. Hopefully that makes sense. So the focus, let's say our GJ closes, this candle closes weak bullish, then I might look for a sell at London Open. If this M15 closes weak bullish on the break of the 15-minute low and the 30-minute low, which close, if that's the case, will close below 205.350. So hopefully that all makes sense, guys. In the meantime, don't be shy to say g'day. Everyone in YouTube, please say g'day. Let me know you're out there. Sexy, morning to you. Franco, morning brother. Relaxing Tunes and Ricks, good morning to you. Dot, good morning as always. Roma, always good to see. Familiar names. Carl F as well. Ian, appreciate you guys. Thank you all for joining. TikTok, little Foxy, you did a sell, nice one. Janine, good to see you as always too, my friend. I appreciate you. So I'm not in a GJ sell. I was too late to the charts on the Tuesday to get involved in this, but that's all good. Don't see me jumping in at FOMO. I just plan ahead. So my plan now is simply to wait for a 15-minute weak bullish closure, and I'll look to sell it potentially at the open. And otherwise, plenty of time. Remove that for the time being. Sharif, good morning to you, mate. So I took a trade here today. Just here, I got stuck in a bit of drawdown. Yeah, I was kind of busy, so it's not great practice. It's not something I really recommend doing, but I was accepting of the risk. It was a small position. But this candle popped straight up at the open. I actually got in a little bit higher, to be honest. The entry was about halfway. It was somewhere halfway between that wick and the closure. Because what happened was this candle, as it opened up, it popped straight up. Popped straight up, no low wick. So I said at that point, thinking to myself, if it pulls back to create a low wick, and at that point there, I was set a buy stop in anticipation seeing it's already created its upper wick. If it was to then flip and flip back bearish, then there was really no need for it to pull back and break zone high again. If it does so, likely what it's done is grab liquidity from this previous area consolidation, is bullish in structure. So based off that, I set the buy stop, and it literally popped up in like the last 5 minutes or so of the candle. Tagged me in. I got stuck in a little bit of drawdown, but eventually made the move. So got to 10, then it came, took me out, break even, and then obviously ran after it, as it does. Did send details into the VIP saying what I was looking at. Well, let's see, GJ, looking interesting. So who's in trades? Let me know. Who's in trades right now, guys? I know Little Foxy took a sell. Aside from Little Foxy, anyone else who's in trades right now? Why for yes and for no? Let me know. And what? I'm assuming some of you might be in GJ sells. Oh, you're in a gold buy? Okay. Just gonna take a look at some of the members analysis, my market structure analysis, GU. From Franco. Yep, buyers from Bob, yep. I can understand that. Our chart brother. Yep, that makes perfect sense as well. I've got the exact same level marked in. On gold. Nice one, guys. Speaking of, let me start up a little Zoom call. Thought you're also in BTC, so we'll have a look at BTC shortly. Yeah, obviously I want to keep more of an eye on Bitcoin moving forward. So far so good with the paper trades on Bitcoin. I'm not gonna trade it until I have enough data to be comfortable and confident trading it. All right, members, I have sent a link in if you want to join. Feel free. Janir in gold buy. Okay. So there's few in gold buys. That's a good thing because I'd be only really interested in buys at the time being. But yeah, like I said, if you're in buys, unless you're in from lower down, I mean, here would have been a decent catalyst, but you would have had to have anticipated it's going to burst through what was the current daily candles high at that point, which it pretty much did. Or either at that point there, but once again, wasn't prepared for it, wasn't on the chart, so not my trade. I just sit and chill. Top Trader Gold, good to see you, my friend. Welcome to you. One of the couple YouTube members. Appreciate you. Morning, brother. Half stage 2 with 50k. Nice one. Today only looking at buys on live broker accounts today. My view is 2450 is in danger. Took a buy pre-London on gold. Nice one. Good work. Looks like you've been some pretty nice profits right now. So good job. Cam, gold to the moon or rejection. I like the chart. 900 on gold last night. Good work. For me, I'm very bullish on gold. Doesn't mean it's just gonna fly to the moon though. There's obviously some data in between which could get in the way, but yeah, I'm definitely more on the bullish side of gold. I mean, technically and fundamentally. We'll have a look at Bitcoin maybe after the open. I'm focused on GJ right now. I think GJ could potentially provide an option shortly. What I'm seeing on GJ is we've wicked all the way down to that previous range and we're so far rejecting. I'm gonna have a catalyst on the 15-minute such for unless this pulls up the next 3 minutes to close engulfing. But I mean, it still could do it. If we begin to break the high at London Open, the previous candle, that would be enough to suggest to me that we're going to respect this level of support, and I could look to take a buy as price begins to break above the high of this bearish candle. So it's something I'm considering right now. So at the moment my focus is GJ, guys. Vishal, good night to you, brother. Hope you're well.
Doing good, Justin. Thanks. How are you?
Good. Thank you, brother. Good, thank you. Just looking at potential GJ buys for London Open. For some reason I don't get notification people go live on TikTok. I have no idea how it works, to be honest. Some people complain about YouTube as well. They're not getting the notifications. So I know when people search on YouTube, it doesn't show up or shows up really low down. Yeah, it's nuts. I have no idea how it all works. Campbell, I've just got, yes I do, I've got a free community. I've also got a VIP community. So it's easy to find me on our YouTube and find out all that information. Otherwise send me a DM, because on TikTok I can't share links and that into the chat. So send me a DM and I'll send you the links to if you are interested. Branko, good morning to you.
Hey, good morning, Justin.
How are you, brother?
You was already successful today.
Yeah, once today. Sat through a bit of drawdown. It popped up at like literally into 5 pip profit straight up, and then it pulled back towards entry, and then it sat in about 3-4 pip drawdown for quite some time. Pulled back up to entry and back down, and then eventually towards the end of the candle it popped straight up again and finally made the move. So
yeah, but nice trade nevertheless.
Yeah.
So about GJ right now, for me it looks like a little bit too much of stop loss here if it really closed.
Yeah, it's quite a while. 20 over 20 pips. Just depends though, because if this closes back a little bit further down, I'm not interested.
Yeah.
Well, what it can do is maybe a very impulsive entry if this candle just pops straight down at the open. Upper wick. That's really impulsive, similar to what I took yesterday. But yeah, that just depends. I want to see it create a lower wick, and then you could just adjust your stop loss, probably stop loss above the entry candle, below the entry candle's low. No, it's got no lower wick. Has to have a lower wick. All right, that's all right. So it's looking all right. Don't have much of a catalyst. We've got a candle on the 15 closing back above. Got a weak candle with a long wick to the downside, just grab liquidity from that range below. So enough for me to look to take an entry, and I can manage the trade by trailing a stop to the entry candle's low by looking at entry around 506. So obviously I'm not in yet. That's what I'm looking at. Gold. Ooh, hang on. Gold pops up and taps into this zone. It's got no low wick. If it taps in, I may sell gold. Got no low wick. Approaching 4-hour zone. Previous candle had no upper wick. Stop loss, I'd have it above the resistance. It's very impulsive. Similar to yesterday though, in anticipation eventually it's going to pull in the backing up direction to create a wick. And you could probably be in a cheeky little gold sell, just using intuition again, similar to yesterday. Alright, GJ is rejecting, so I'll send an alarm on GJ as it does. I'll send an alert. And if gold taps in, I'm going to sell it. Yeah, it's the most impulsive of my entries, but it's at a level and it's got no low wick, so it's a high probability that it's going to pull back at some point to create that wick. I just would want it to, prior to doing so, tap into that resistance and reject at that point. I feel like if again, I could have probably just sold it, but I wasn't ready for it, so I'll wait for it to see if it taps in. If it creates low wick, then that is invalid. Can't look to take it. Gold move, he closed 50%. Nice one. Cam, no worries, man. I'll look later. Really want gold to pump, just to push up a little bit higher before it creates a low wick. Alright, forget gold. Damn, so that would have worked. Similar to yesterday. All good. Back to GJ. Jenny just closed gold buy. Nice work. Man, that's a real misaction trigger. When it just pops up, that previous counter is no upper wick, this counter is no lower wick, just pops straight up. You know there's a good chance it's going to pull back to create a lower wick. So similar to yesterday, those of you on stream, when I took the buy on GJ, knowing there was a good chance because it popped straight down near a support. There's a good chance it's going to pop back up to create an upper wick, which it did. Got the 10 pips. So we've been absolutely killing it on stream, guys. Not taking a loss for, it's about a month now. So I might jinx it, but who knows? It happens, you're allowed to take losses. Jackie T, you're an NJ sell. Let's quickly look at that. Alright, looks to be in a downtrend. Just be wary it's out of support though, so unless you swing trade it or you got other confluences, it has pretty much just tapped into support here, these wicks to the left. Daily, it's got a little bit more room to go. It's been a massive drop on this thing as well. So any of the yen pairs obviously have been bleeding at the moment. 4 hour is bearish as well, but again, it's tapped into a support here to the left. So just be wary of the fact you're now at a higher time frame support. It could potentially bounce off it. So I'd be looking to manage the trade. And look at that. And damn. DJ's not moved. All good guys. G1 Casey, GU sells, okay. Let's quickly look at GU. So GU's at support. So once again, just be a little bit cautious of that. It's a level for me that could potentially bounce off. It's not the cleanest to buy it above the current level because it's just really choppy price action. So normally in this situation, I wait for a clean move up through a lot of that mess, and then retrace. So something like so, clean move up, pull back, high low, and it's a spectrum pull back to create a high. But at the moment, it's just been a slow trickle back to that support, which lines up this resistance. The analysis for me on GU would be exact same as London session yesterday. Exact same. Nothing much has changed.
Justin,
Yeah, man.
maybe if you have the time to go back to GU, maybe what I did at my analysis. So I have this long wick, bullish long wick on the left side.
Yep.
And what I did is I think it was the Friday's daily candle. And what I did is the Fibonacci. I took the Fibonacci there and made my 50%. I mean from the daily candle.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Correct. Huh?
From this candle.
So this daily candle, correct. I made the Fibonacci and made my 50%.
Okay. Yep.
And for me, the point is and if you go down right now to the M30 time frame.
Okay.
So for me, if I close below this 50% line of the Fibonacci, for me there is a sign to take sells.
Okay.
And if I reject this to the other side, for me is a buy.
Okay, that's not. I think that's pretty good use, and that lines up with that wick to the left on the bearish candle. So I think that's pretty valid. So yeah, good luck.
Yeah, thanks.
Now we wait and see. GJ starting to move. So this is good because what it can do is automatically, as soon as it gets triggered, if it does, you can straight away you can move your stop loss to your entry candles low. There's no need to break it if it was to continue bullish. So we'll see, guys.
Sense, Justin, to adapt the stop loss right now here?
Yeah, I could adjust it.
Yeah.
No problem. And that will already be mitigating loss by more than a third, by almost half. Because it has no need if it breaks, creates a high, low, high, high. There's no need to pull back. It's retested a lot of this support resistance, which I'm anticipating to act as support using confluences such as that long wick rejection on the previous candle. I need to close back above that support. So that's enough to suggest to me we'll wick down and get into it, only to reject. And if we break that bearish candle's high, it's enough to suggest to me that we're going to continue to the upside. We have enough margin as well. So we're seeing if it rejects now, all good. Not in the trade, so not concerned. Cam, 23.44, settlement active on call. Nice one. Yeah, I would have wanted just to tap into that level, and then I would have just market executed a sell. And this is all good. Even if 15 closes a weak bearish candle back above, then we've got even more confluence on the following 15-minute candle.
But if it's closed below right now in this area,
if it closes below, then I
mean in this area, which is the candle right now. So if this candle closes like it is now, it's okay.
Yeah, it's still okay. So long as it doesn't close near its low, then I'm still fine with that. 5-minute will be creating a high as well. Make sure I got the level marked right. Yeah, on IC markets it's 491. I have the candle, so 5 and 6 is a pip and a half. I think that's okay. Bro, no, I'm not in nothing. Not in nothing. Just see, I'm waiting. It says, obviously, it says right there. Gbpjpy, when we should in. Well, I've got a buy stop at 5506, but that's not financial advice. That's totally up to you guys if you agree with the analysis or not. I mean, up to you. If you don't, then do your own thing, I suppose. But yeah, I think it's a decent option. I think it's a pretty solid option, to be honest. Jack, good afternoon to you, brother. Hope you're well. And if it closes like so, and then I remove the order and wait simply for the next 15 minutes. So I've still got the order in, guys, because who knows, it could reject in the next 2 and a bit minutes and close back above. We don't know. Don't know, but what that would mean is you have to adjust the stop loss again. And if it's a bearish engulfing candle, we'll be looking at sells. In all honesty, thank you for the sub. I'm going to remove that order right now because we could be looking at sells, guys. Like I mentioned, the analysis prior to the stream was if we bounce at this level, which we have done, we form support only to pop back below it. We are now engulfing by the looks of it. It's amazing how amount of minutes can flip my bias. And it is technically bearish, so the structure, it will be with the structure. I may look for a limit order as well if it closes too far below. But at this point, I'm going to now potentially look for a sell. Just depends when this candle closes. I want it to close strong bearish. I really want it to close at least engulfing the body, if not the lowest point. Close like this. It's in between. It's not valid. If it's in between, it's not part of the rules, so I just need to wait. G1 Casey, you buys? Okay. Nice one. I'll take a look shortly. Just wait and see how GJ closes. Alright, we want it to either just quickly pop up in the next 15 seconds or melt. Not what it's doing right now, because that means I need to wait 15 more minutes. So that's what we're going to be doing. Going to be waiting, guys. Simple, following a plan, no emotions whatsoever. Now I just need to wait. So let's see what his 30-minute closes. Could be options to the downside. However, if this candle closes bullish engulfing in M15 or back above, then I'll be looking to buy it. But not on impulse, reason being, simple rule I have. I was marking using a fib. Strength of this candle from top to bottom, I can see it's closed below or stronger than 50%. So that suggests to me it's a strong closure, which therefore means eliminate emotions, and a simple rule, it says to me I need to wait another candle closure and see what next candle closes. Very simple. See how I can easily remove emotions from trading. It's that simple, being rule based. It's that bloody simple. Hardest part for the majority is waiting. For me, it's not an issue whatsoever. Gold 15 has done similar. That's all good. I'm not trading back off the back to 15. Could have a similar sort of scenario play out in the next M30, and I would consider a sell if that was the case. It just popped straight up into the zone. What I might do is now mark in the FIP, use the 50% of this zone. And that could be a potential target. Let's just say the new candle pops up without any lower wick. Taps into the 50% of this zone. I have a stop loss of the highest point in anticipation at some point it'll pull back to create a lower wick, like similar to what the current candle did. And I could potentially look for that option to sell it. All good. We just reassess every time candles print. Doesn't tick the box, we reassess. EU buys G1 KC. Let me quickly look at it. So bullish weekly, daily structure is technically bearish, and it's right at that resistance we did reject yesterday. Start drawing some levels really off the daily as well. 4 hour. Let's just adjust this. Yeah, I mean, if it begins to break the previous daily candle's high probability will continue to the upside. It's not clearance to the left, but using momentum and using the fact that you got structure on your side, so the buyer is also bullish, bouncing off support. So I mean, it could probably be in buys, maybe based off the liquidity candle of 4 hour. Well, previous is now pulled back up, break the high. If it was to continue bearish, had no need to pull back and break the high of that candle. So the 30-minute is also technically bullish. I'd be on the side of buys as well, but you probably should be in buys just now, which you mentioned you are, so good work. You've got that resistance just there. You've got another resistance not too far above that level. So they're levels that you want to see the price reject for your option to sell, or close above, or form a support above for your options to buy it. So this so happens to be on these majors, GU, EU, AU. The ranges are very narrow compared to like gold and even GJ. There's nowhere near as much margin in these ranges. So, but the beauty is that you can get a very tight one-to-one. You know, often you can get 6 pips stop loss based off a previous candle, and I mean you could target 6 pips if you're after a one-to-one. But yeah, I'd be looking at the buys as well. And GJ needs to wait just over 10 minutes now. And all right, gold is tapped into that resistance. That's fine. Good. All right, so let's do some Bitcoin analysis, guys. So looking at the weekly, once again, I'm going to mark in the current weekly candle as low. It has no need to break its own low, seeing as a low high to previous. If it was to continue bullish, doesn't mean it can't and still continue bullish, but candle probability suggests it doesn't necessarily need to do so. Daily, the structure still remains bullish, once again from this big impulse from 53k. Just create a higher high within the micro trend as well. Some strong candle closures. Let's mark in a 50% of the previous daily candle, and look at that. We have literally tapped into it. You cannot make that shit up, and so far respecting it. So let's just mark it in and see if it does line up with a 30-minute or a 4-hour level. So technically bullish in structure, pull back to the 50%. If it breaks its own high probability will continue to the upside. Target will be around 66.70. 4-hour structure is also back bullish. It was bullish yesterday, I think. Can see there's a fair bit of resistance. Drag this across. Yeah, it's not too bad about that level. It just drags up a little bit. It's above 65 to 200 basically. You've got some pretty clean traffic up to 66 200. So you got a grand move in there. 4 hour is at a resistance with form support just below it at this point here. So if we were to continue bullish, we should probably respect that zone. come back down, form a support, we potentially look to buy it. Now below it, we can also see we're breaking our current, breaking below 50% of the previous daily candle. Also, if we break below that 62.28, so the 30 minutes technically bearish at this point, but if we break below that support there at 62.29, we've got some very clean traffic to the left hand side. So also, if we form that resistance below 50% of previous daily candle, I feel at that point it's a high probability we're not pulling back further into the previous daily candle. So be looking for the buys above. I'd probably just drag this down now. Buys above that support, sells below it, and that's pretty much it in Bitcoin for where it's at currently. I mean, you could get a buy if this 15 closes weak bearish. You could possibly look for an impulse buy above the 30-minute high, because it has tapped into some support here to the left, so it could bounce off at this point. That lines up with 50%. Buys above that point there. That's Bitcoin. So 7 minutes, guys, and we could again potentially have a buy option back on the table for GJ. Or who knows, possibly sell, but we'll see. DXY dropping. Casey. Yeah, just now, but otherwise it's been heading up. So similar to gold, they don't always inversely correlate. Both been moving upwards throughout the day. So like I've always mentioned, for me, I'm a scalper, so I'm only looking for, you know, those 10, 15, 20 pips, 30 pips. So I'm not so concerned what DXY is doing. I'd rather just focus on what the gold chart is doing. And I just look at my signals in price action, also the different candles, the different time frames, and correlate all that, add confluence to it, to an entry. And that's pretty much all I do. Ellen, check gold. Yeah, I'm not interested in buying it into the resistance. It's definitely not interested in buying it at that point, especially no upper wick. I am recommending gold stop loss. What if you're in a buy? Well, you could now just adjust it to the entry count, or it just depends where you got in. I'd be at break even, 100%. I would have secured something by now. It's tapping into resistance. You're gonna sell. Where'd you get in? I mean, your next defense is this on the high of the resistance. A lot of volume on gold. It's gonna be very risky to sell it. We'll see. Peter, morning to you, mate. Hope you're well. Sorry, I just saw your message in the Zoom. So right now, I'm still more focused on Gbpjpy.
Yeah, Justin. So when I see that, so if we really close like it is right now,
Yeah.
I think then we have two candles which are doing a liquidity grab.
Yeah.
And
correct.
also, if you look on the left side, so there's also on the right side a little bit more.
Right here. Yep.
Right.
Around here.
Correct.
Yeah. Tap
So
into
we
that.
tapped into this former resistance.
Yeah.
So
Bouncing off it.
yeah,
Yeah, I agree.
looking very good.
Yeah, it's rejected multiple times, tapped into it, so good chance that if it was going to make the move to the downside, it would have done so already. So I still need to be a bit patient. I still want it to be a strong closure on the 15. I still want to close back above. And then we could have some options. Looking a little bit better in gold at the moment, GJ. You should gain a stop loss, but what you can do is could use the 15 because it's back below that zone, and we want to continue bullish again. We have no need to pull back into that range below, so it should be right at that point there, or if not, you use the entry counter once it creates a low wick. It's a good way of managing it too. Where's the buy above line on what? Gold? Buy above the high. 24.39.855, or at the support 24.26.66 roughly. Paulius, good day to you, mate. Hope you're well. Welcome. So we're looking at GJ for a potential buy, guys. I haven't set the order just yet, but I've got it set up. So all I have to do is press open trade. Thank you for the sub. So I'm looking at a buy at 506 is where I'm gonna likely look for a buy on the next candle. Want it to create a bit of a low wick, just a small one, doesn't need much of one, just something, just to give me more comfort in the trade. And you want to be comfortable as you can possibly be in any trade. So what makes me comfortable is knowing prior to an entry I've got a wick in the opposite direction. As gold and close. So gold still potentially could be that very impulsive entry if it just pops straight up at the open or the next candle. Keep an eye on that. Your stop loss would have to be above the range. But yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye on GJ. That's gonna be my focus. So what I'm potentially looking at on the following candle. So I want it to create a low wick. I haven't set it yet, guys. Alright, got a low wick. So that's what I'm looking at. Alright, so let's look at a 15-minute. We've closed back above. We've closed engulfing the body of that candle. Pretty strong catalyst. So we're creating a low wick now, tapping back into that support. Begin to flip and break above the resistance. We've got pretty clean move. Well, we have a clean move down. In my opinion, there's a high probability it will be mirrored by a clean move back up towards the current daily candles high. So that's what I'll be looking at on GJ. That's gold open. Oh, gold is popping straight up. So I'd be targeting the high of that bullish candle or the 50%. And you could, up to you, I'd consider a market execution sell. Stop loss above the range high in anticipation. You're going to reject at some point within this zone, pull back to create a low wick, like the previous candle did. And that could also be an option. So I've got the order set for GJ. I'm not opposed to the gold sell though, but it has to pop up a little bit higher in my opinion. Minimum to the high of that bearish bullish candle minimum. I'm watching GJ on my MetaTrader. I can see if it's going to get close. An entry. It's all happening. All right, is gold going to pull up a bit further? So there's already 10 pips to the upside, but it does reject. Oh, JJ could be
Just coming.
yeah. All happening at once, isn't it? Gold's rejecting that zone too. Just quickly look at this, guys. So you'd already be almost at, you'd be about 7-8 pips up if you just execute a sell at the resistance. But anyway, eyes on JJ now. Could be triggered in shortly. What's the there's no low wick? Gold taps inside the previous counter. I might sell it. Gbpjpy, what do I think about gold buys a weak candle? Not looking to buy it into this resistance. Sorry, I keep flicking, guys, because I'm trying to keep an eye on gold at the same time. See if it does without creating a low wick, but pulls up towards the line of the previous candle. Could be about to get triggered into a GJ buy. The GJ's broken high of the previous M15, M30. Yep, the M30. Before the stream, yeah, I did cover that. It's a potential entry, but it was just when I started, or we were starting. So yeah, I did cover that as a potential and points there that people could have probably got in. Top trade gold in GJ buy, small stop loss, a small lot size, do not get full confirmation. Okay, as long as you're accepting of your risk. Oh, there goes gold, it's popped up. All right, there could be small entries on gold. Now it's tapped into around the 50%, so let's see. It's the wrong way around. Oops. Dominant gold sell 24, 37, 53. 53? 63. Oh, here we go. And it's dropping. Stop loss isn't that high. Stop loss is just above the resistance. It's dropping nicely. I've got 8 pips on the table. Come on, gold, drop a little bit. Here we go. Here we go. Break even. Job done. I've secured half. So I've tapped into 10. And now I'm just going to let the rest go. And that's a quick win. Very impulsive. How's JJ going? Is JJ...
Man, oh man.
Oh, very close. So there's a gold W. Stop loss is at break even. Nice quick win. Now let me screenshot this so I can chuck it into the members later. GJ is close, so if anyone did take it, well done. And let's watch GJ if we're going to get an entry on GJ. So we're killing it, absolutely killing on stream. And let's see if GJ is going to bring home the chocolates as well. Gold's back at
just easy for you, Justin, this gold sell right now. So I was not I had not the balls to take it to be honest.
Yeah, that's fair enough, mate. It's very impulsive, but it's just something, like I mentioned, I paid attention to. I tested out at the beginning of this year during the break, and it works for me. It was a really high win rate, up around at 90%. So it's about doing your homework and trusting it.
It's fabulous.
Thank you. All right, JJ, what's happening on the 15? So I still got a runner. I'm still in gold. So JJ's still okay. It's just lacking a bit of volume right now. What else have we got? So the 5 minute looks pretty good. Tapped into this resistance, bounced off it. We begin to break. We do have on even 5 minute. We've got clean up traffic. So I still think it's looking good. It's looking valid if it does trigger in. Let's see. Top trade gold in. Yeah, mention that. Wait for 24.39 for gold sell. Yeah, that's fine. That's all good. I'm just doing me again. It's just something I picked up on, and like I said, I've done my homework on it. I've taken it. I don't think I've taken a loss taking this entry on stream. And it purely depends on the level. It has to be at a significant level, 4 hour level, with no wick in the direction I want to be trading it in. So in this case, it's at a resistance. What I want is for the new candle, and it has to be the 30, to pop straight up into it. And we know there's a high probability at some point it's gonna reject slightly. There's a real high probability it's going to reject at some point within this candle, in anticipation that will end up flipping back bearish at some point. Doesn't mean it's going to close bearish. This candle did the exact same thing. Pop straight up, rejected, creates lower wick, then end up closing back bullish. So very similar scenario, and it purely relies on levels. So I'm currently running 13 pips, and GJ is so close to entry, but not yet.
Yeah, it's taking a little bit too much time.
Yeah,
GJ.
but struggling a bit. Could maybe suggest that it doesn't have the momentum at the moment.
Yeah. I see also GU is also rejecting a little bit right now, and GJ is also coming down a little bit.
Yep.
So they're a little bit in line. So, yeah.
So at the moment, we wait for candles to close the 15-minute. If it closes weak like this, I'm still trusting it. In the next 2 and a bit minutes, it closes strong. Because all I see is, it creates another minor resistance. So if we were to continue bearish, then we have no need to break it. If we do break it, we've got clean traffic to the left. Bouncing off this support yet again. We've got the multiple wick rejections on the 30-minute time frame. So if we do break it and pop above, I mean, it's still valid.
So you set also a stop order, right, on GJ?
Correct. Yeah, I've got buy stop at 506, 205, 506.
So you are also including the spread at the end.
Yeah.
Which is then above the M30 candle.
Above the bearish candle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got above the 15-minute resistance. So it's, well, you can argue it's already broken 15-minute resistance. But I've got it above that bearish candle. That's what I want to do.
I think the M30 is I think a better signal at the end if it's broke. If it's broke.
Oh, it could be about to get triggered.
So it's coming.
Top trade gold. GJ 1 hour count's looking good. Well, we're in. Yeah, the way it's rejecting our zone.
Okay, I didn't trigger it. I'm also in, sorry.
I got triggered in. So if this candle breaks zone low, I cut half. 15's about to close. Actually, what I'm just going to do now is just adjust my stop loss to below that range. That's how I'm going to manage it for the time being. We have no need to pull back to that level again. We want to continue bullish. 15's closed. Create that lower wick. Now let's see. There's gold. Gold, my runner's been taken out, by the way. Let's see, GJ. It's not done much in this M30 candle.
Yeah, if it could break right now its own high, right now it would be a good sign.
Correct. Here we go. Breaking.
Yeah, come on. Come on.
Rank still in goal from 2433.73 to P 2439.28. Nice one. Yeah, gold's looking like it wants to continue to upside, so a very short-lived sell. That's all good. Secured some profits, which is good. Now let's see if GJ is gonna do the dance. Get some profit.
You would take some profits at 5 pips or 6 pips?
Me? No. I'll be looking for the 8 to 10 still.
Okay. Before you secure?
Yeah, likely. I'll get to break even when I see fit. I mean, we're tapping into this to the left. Yeah, that's my only concern. What we're tapping to the left there, guys. Want it to really clean break above it. We keep rejecting it. I may start to manage it. Here we go.
Oh, okay, come on.
Oh, I got 5. Hey, Denzel, cooking. Yeah, it's looking alright.
Yeah, Xauusd is also coming up. So maybe
Oh,
get to push.
sec. What, I don't know what that means from a... Alright, I'm gonna exit, guys. Alright, I'm gonna exit, break even. Still valid, but I don't like how it's rejecting that that level to the left. That's the only thing putting me off. That we have created a lower high to that, and we are so far rejecting it. So I've already had my win. So I've closed it. I've closed it. Right, it's pop back down to the entry.
Yeah, it makes sense. Right now we are also broken the M50 low.
So I've been out. So break
Okay.
even, which is obviously like so. So it got to more than 5 pips. So for me, that's potentially, it could work. It could still work, guys. So if you're in it, don't stress too much. Walk you through it. But what I'd definitely be doing is dragging your stop loss to above the entry count was low, if nothing else. Because seeing if a high, low, high, high, there is no need to pull back and break your own low again. So I've just chosen to be a little bit more strict with it, because I don't like the rejection of that level. That's just me. Already had a win, so it's all good. And if this goes, then fantastic. I wish you guys best of luck. I hope it does. I hope it flies, in all honesty. Good morning to you, Ben. Hope you're well, brother. I managed risk on that one. Moving stop loss in 5 low and no lower wick, and popped up line of resistance M5. Nice one. Then so holding, I think I'll get to a 580. Yep. Yeah, it's a good idea if that's what you believe in. No worries, mate. All good, man. All good, Ben. Frank, TP hit on goal. Nice work. An eventful session so far. It's GJ here now. There you go. Wow. Pull the pants down, doesn't it? All good. There we go, guys. Any Tenzel? No, I'm training live. Live, man. Top trade goal, still in GJ. Nice one. Grieve in gold. Yeah, I took a gold self. Very impulsive, but I had my reason, and I took a win on that. But it's definitely bullish. Just definitely bullish. The bias is to the upside. But what I'm seeing is we're at a resistance. We're at a 4-hour resistance, so it's a potential level. I'd be looking for options to sell it. We'll tap into this to the left. But right now, the type of catalyst I'd want to see is, you've got a few options here. You've got some minor support. So if price performs minor support below this level, then you can look to execute a sell as it begins to break that minor support. Or you can look for other signals such as engulfing candles, that type of thing at this level for the sell. As much as I want to buy it, it's at a resistance, so I'm not going to feel comfortable buying into that. So I'd rather wait for a potential rejection for an option to sell it, or buy it from lower down. Very simple. Been going crazy lately. Yeah, there's a lot of news about, obviously, so that spurs it on as well. Was listening in before on Bloomberg. They were interviewing, or had interviewed Powell, and still no conviction that they are going to drop interest rates moving forward, but the markets are still predicting they will, and some are anticipating 3 cuts, and some are anticipating that it could be a surprise cut this month. But we have no idea. I have no idea. Not a member of the board at the Fed, so no. But if that's to be the case, then obviously look out for gold for all-time highs. Look out for the majors to start pumping again. Most of the majors have been in a bit of an upswing of late. Doesn't look like it here, but if you look at the higher time frame, you can see they all have been. So to me, it would suggest potential continuation of the trend on these majors. But yeah, it's hard to know. Have to wait and see. He also did mention that it will all depend on just the data, and I'll at the time consider all the data and whether they will up the rates or not, obviously. GJ playing a bit of funny buggers at this level. It's pulled back towards the entry multiple times, gone back up again. So I'm fine with managing it as I did. It's all good. It's been a bloody good day, really solid day. So 2 wins and a break even for me personally today, which is fantastic. Continue doing the same shit over and over again. We've still not taken a loss on stream for about a month now. Distinctly remember the last time we took a loss, it was 2 in a row on the same day on a Monday. Since then, been smooth sailing. Only taken 1 loss personally, so is what it is. Bitcoin up to. All right, let's look at the 15. So this is good on Bitcoin. This is the type of price action I like to see. So I prefer to buy it rather than sell it. It is, in my opinion, in an uptrend. Not only that, it's at a support, so I'm not going to sell into support. What I'd rather do is, seeing we formed a resistance, I'm going to look for levels to begin to buy it above. We've got this level here on the 15. It's the most recent resistance we have formed on the way down to the current level. So what I would then be looking for personally is a closure above that level. You can see we've made a pretty clean move down. Obviously the first target would be that most recent resistance, and it doesn't look like much, but there is $500 within that move, so there's 50 pips. There is enough to secure some profit trading on leverage as well. So I'd be looking for the buys above that point, and if we drop back further and we make a little swing in between, so potentially just here, then I might look for the buys from above the swing point lower down, if that makes sense. That's what I've been looking at. Gold, as I mentioned, as bullish as it is, I'm not going to be buying it into the resistance. If I was to buy it, I need to wait for a pullback. Otherwise, I'm just going to look for my callous win price action and potentially sell it, as I did earlier. And GJ right now, all good, doing its thing. Not too sure what I want us to do. Still looks like I want us to head up. But for me right now, the next option would be either above the high upon continuation, or if we do similar to what we've done here. So if we now pull back again, create a higher low, didn't pop above that swing point, the high probability we head back up towards the high of that current daily candle and potentially beyond. So that's what I'd be looking at moving forward on GJ, guys. As far as the sells, still are bearish in the 30-minute. So what we've done is form support. What I'd probably be doing just now is adjusting this zone down, or just marking this zone. You could get rid of that, in my opinion. And that would be the low of the range. I would say so long as we remain above it, I'd be interested in buying it. If we begin to close below it, I start to consider my sell options moving forward. So that's what I've been looking at on GJ. Sells below, buys above. Like so. And that's pretty much how I'll be trading GJ moving forward today. So a good day, really good day. Hope you guys have done well yourself. I think I'm going to wrap it up here. I do have a date with the members this evening, my time, for MY session. If anyone is interested in knowing a little bit more about the VIP, do feel free to send me a message. We are building a group of confident, competent, professional traders. That's my aim, that's my vision. Build consistency amongst a group of traders who are really interested in learning. So that is what we are doing with the VIP. Link to that is in the description below. There is a discount code saying it is the start of the new VIP. I've only started a few weeks back. So for the month of July, I have a discount code that is also in a link below, and that gets you 30% off for a lifetime of your membership. And it is bloody cheap. I tell you what, it's much cheaper than anything I've ever paid for, and you get a lot more than what I ever got in previous groups. I guarantee you, absolutely guaranteed, you won't regret it. So that's that option. Also, if you want to join for the MI calls but you don't want to pay $35 a month, then tier 2, I think of tier 2 YouTube membership, that's $10 a month, and that gets you access to MI calls as well. So appreciate you all. Thank you for joining. Hope you have a good day. Cheers to everyone in the TikTok as well. Yeah,
Thank you, Justin.
thank you, mate. Hopefully I'll catch
Will you do an NY session? I was not all the time.
Yeah,
right now.
I'll be on. Of course, I'll be on with you guys later. For my
Okay. You're later then.
cheers,
Thanks.
my friend. Take care.
Okay, see you Justin, yeah.
Cheers, guys. See you all later for MY. And yeah, YouTube. Take care. Have a good one. I'll catch you tomorrow at probably about 6:40. TikTok. I'll catch you probably about 7:30 a.m. tomorrow, UK time. And see you to Roma. Everyone else. Cheers. Take care. Bye. Catch you tomorrow. Cheers.